I think this is one of the greatest horror movies that has come out in the 2000s and also one of my favorite plot twists. Let's do it. Your Next opens up with this couple who is in this kind of secluded house and they notice that their motion lights are going off. The guy goes into the bathroom to find his girlfriend's dead body and the words "You're next" written on a mirror in her blood, and then he is killed by somebody in a lamb mask. The movie then cuts and introduces us to Erin and her boyfriend Crispin, and Crispin is bringing Erin to a family reunion to meet his whole family. So the family consists of Crispin's parents, his older brother Drake and his wife, his younger sister Amy and her boyfriend, and his younger brother Felix and his girlfriend Z. So in total, there's 4 siblings and their significant others and the mom and dad. They sit down for dinner. It's pretty clear that the siblings don't get along, so they all start arguing. And amidst the arguing, Amy's boyfriend gets up and is shot with a crossbow in the head and dies. Another arrow comes through, shooting Drake and wounding him. And of course, as in every modern horror movie, they all realize that their cell phones have no service. Erin has them all use a chair as a shield so that they can get away from the windows. So again, they have no cell phone service, no way of calling for help, so Amy decides that she's going to run outside and go run to the neighbors or run somewhere for help. But when she goes to do that, she runs into a wire which slices her throat and kills her. Meanwhile, Erin is attacked in the kitchen by somebody wearing a tiger mask but is able to fight him off and escape. The siblings' dad puts their mom Aubrey to bed because she's obviously distraught over her daughter's death. But when he leaves her, another intruder wearing a fox mask this time comes out from under the bed and murders her. They find her dead body with the words "You're next" written in blood. Paul, the dad, also finds sleeping bags and bottles full of urine, meaning that the killers have been squatting in the house for some time now. Kelly, who is Drake's wife, is attacked by the intruder in the fox mask and goes to flee, and she makes it to the neighbor's house. However, the neighbors are the couple from the beginning and she discovers their dead bodies. And when she does so, she is then murdered by the killer in the lamb mask. Crispin decides to make a run for it and leaves the house to go find help. Erin stays behind and is once again attacked by the killer in the tiger mask with an axe. But she overpowers him and kills him with a meat tenderizer to the head. Paul, the dad, goes to tell Felix and Z about how the killers have been squatting in the house, but when he does that, the killer in the fox mask comes up behind him and slits his throat and kills him in front of them. And it's at that point that Felix looks at the killer and says, "Did you really have to do that in front of me?" So yeah, he's in on it, and so is this bitch, his girlfriend. So we learn that Felix and Z hired these assassins to kill Felix's whole family so he could collect their inheritance. Meanwhile, the killer in the lamb mask finds the killer in the tiger mask dead and is completely enraged by it. The guy in the lamb mask then finds Drake, who is still wounded and hiding, but before he can do anything to him, he is attacked by Erin and stabbed with a screwdriver. Z comes down in the kitchen to be with them, and at this point, of course, they do not know that she is the one that hired them. And Erin has Z help her set up all these crazy traps, and Z's like, "Where'd you learn to do all of this?" And it turns out that our girl Erin here grew up on a survivalist compound, and she was literally trained in combat. Meanwhile, Drake is hiding in the basement and Felix finds him and stabs him with a screwdriver to put him out of his misery, essentially. Erin finds Paul's body but then is attacked by the guy in the fox mask and jumps through a window to escape from him. Meanwhile, downstairs, the guy in the lamb mask is injured by one of Erin's traps that she set. Erin at this point is hiding, but now she hears something suspicious. She hears Felix and Z talking to the 2 remaining killers in the fox mask and the lamb mask about their plan. Turns out the guy in the lamb mask was the brother of the guy in the tiger mask, which is why he was so upset when he found him dead. Erin's hiding spot is unfortunately given away when her phone beeps because a text that she had tried to send to 911 previously finally goes through. She's attacked by lamb mask, but again manages to overpower him and murders him by stabbing him in the head. She has a wounded leg from jumping out the window and realizes that she can't outrun the last killer, so instead she sets another trap. She sets an axe hanging above the front door so that anybody who opens the front door is going to be taken out by a swinging axe. But unfortunately, Fox Mask enters through the window, so does not get hit with the axe. Erin leads him into the basement where she attacks him with a log, cracking his skull and killing him. So now all the killers are dead, and that just leaves these 2 fucking idiots. And of course, they go for Erin because now she knows their secret. They both try to attack her, but as we've already learned, Erin is not the one to fuck with. In possibly one of my favorite horror movie kills of all time, she kills Felix by shredding the top of his head with a blender. And then she stabs Z in the top of the head. So everybody's dead, all is well, right? Wrong. Felix's cell phone rings and Erin sees that it's Crispin, so she answers and says nothing. But she hears Crispin say, "Hey, is it over? Is everybody dead?" This conniving ass motherfucker was in on it. He comes back to the house to a very obviously angry Erin. He tries to explain to Erin that the money was going to be for us, you were never meant to be targeted, you were supposed to survive. And then when that doesn't work, he tries to bribe her to stay quiet. Yeah, Aaron's having none of it and kills him by stabbing him in the neck and the face. But in one of probably the most frustrating horror movie endings of all time, the police finally decide to show up and see Aaron kill Crispin through the window and shoot her, thinking she's the problem. She gets shot in the shoulder and she's still alive, but then the police are approaching the front door. She tries to warn them, but one of them enters and we just see the axe swinging down and the movie fucking ends.